What would you do if you found your own face in a photograph taken a century before you were born? Because that's exactly what happened here, and the man exposed by that photograph is still alive, still denying everything, and still not aging. A historian restoring old archives stumbled on a 1924 group photo from a textile factory in Minnesota. Normal picture. Workers lined up. Low resolution. But one face froze him. A man in the third row left side staring directly at the camera, with the exact same features as a living person today. Same jawline. Same eyebrows. Same scar above the lip. Even the same birthmark near the ear. Most doppelganger stories fall apart fast. Lighting, coincidence, imagination, whatever. Not this one. This time, the match was so precise that facial recognition software flagged it as a 99.8% identity overlap. The same probability used by law enforcement to confirm fugitives. And the living man? A quiet, reserved, 42-year-old accountant named Michael Kramer. And the one thing he didn't want? Anyone digging into his past. When researchers contacted him for comment, he shut down immediately. No interviews. No explanations. No cooperation. Except one sentence he asked them not to publish, but they did anyway. That man isn't me. Stop digging. Which obviously did the exact opposite. The team went deeper. They scanned the original photo. They checked census records. They uncovered that the man from 1924 wasn't anonymous. He had a full file. Name, Matthew Kerr. Birth year, 1889. Employment, textile worker. Physical description, including the exact same scar Michael has. At this point, the story should have resolved itself as an extreme coincidence, until it got stranger. Michael's neighbors came forward saying they'd lived next to him for 18 years, and he looked identical the entire time. No aging around the eyes. No weight fluctuation. Same haircut even. A neighbor described him as frozen in time. Like he doesn't biologically move forward. Naturally, journalists pressed harder. Michael began avoiding work. His house stayed dark for days. People suspected mental breakdown, paranoia, maybe guilt. But then the most absurd detail surfaced. His signature. Archived employment cards from 1924 showed Matthew Kerr's signature on factory documents. Slanted, sharp, heavy pressure. Identical to Michael's modern signature. Not similar. Exact. Graphologists compared them and reported something that should be impossible. Same motor patterns. Same neuromuscular imprint. This is the same person signing, separated by 100 years. Meanwhile, Michael quietly disappeared from his home. Gone. No forwarding address. No digital footprint. His employer claimed he quit. But the resignation letter? Printed. Not signed. Investigators obtained a voluntary DNA swab from a cup Michael used at a cafe weeks before he vanished. They compared it to a preserved hair sample from the 1924 worker registry, back when factories kept intensive personnel records for insurance purposes. Results? Inconclusive. Not no match. Not match. Just inconclusive. The kind of answer you get when the material behaves like it's both related and not related, like the DNA is either degraded in an abnormal pattern, or from someone who shouldn't exist in both timelines. More oddities piled up. Michael owned no childhood photos. No birth certificate from the hospital he claimed. No medical records pre-age 20. No school yearbooks. Nothing that ties him to childhood at all. But the final blow came from the photographer's notes preserved with the 1924 archive. Scribbled on the back. Strange fellow. Spoke too formally. Didn't blink once in the exposure. And the exposure back then took nearly 3 seconds. Normal people blink every 2 to 4 seconds. A 3-second hold without blinking, while staring directly into the lens, is abnormal, even disturbing. Like the man knew exactly how to pose for a photo. Decades before posing was even common. So what are the theories? The boring one. Michael is just a recluse who accidentally resembles someone from the past. Wait, doesn't explain signatures, DNA irregularity, or lack of aging. The psychological one. He believes he's someone else reincarnated. Again, doesn't explain the identical signature and scar. The temporal one. That Michael is Matthew Kerr, a man who either slipped through time, stopped aging, or experienced some phenomenon that reset or paused his biology. And the darkest theory whispered by people who knew him the most, that Michael never vanished. He just returned to wherever he came from. Because weeks after Michael disappeared, another old photograph surfaced, this time from 1951, taken at a train station. And in the background, blurry but undeniably present, stands the same man, same face, same posture, same not aging. And based on the coat he was wearing, a coat Michael owned, whoever or whatever he is, he slips into history like a glitch in the timeline, appearing where he shouldn't, never aging, never leaving evidence except accidental photographs. Maybe he's not a traveler. Maybe he's a remnant, something stuck in our timeline. Or worse, something drifting between them. And if he's still out there, he's probably watching this video right now, just like he's been watching for the last 100 years. If mysteries like this keep you hooked, hit subscribe. Don't just watch the truth unfold, be here when the next one drops.